Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. Here we go on ESPN. Welcome to Week 14 of the NFL on ESPN. It's the first week of December, which means the teams that are running hot this season really need to make sure their pipes don't freeze up down here at the home stretch. We've got an intriguing matchup on tap for you. Atlanta, Green Bay. It's go time.
Still fans making their way through the turnstiles, they'll be just in time to catch the start of this game. Hi folks, I'm Dan Stevens, and welcome to historic Lambeau Field. Alongside me is my colleague, Peter O'Keefe. Peter, there's a certain energy that you can feel from the players today.
A chance to win the division is on the line, and they know it. Have been dominating all season, and now they have a chance to capture the division title. They're so close, they can smell it. You know they'll be ready to play today.
And now let's go down to the coin toss.
Choose heads.
Heads it is.
Go receive.
Number 2, kicking off for the Packers.
It's time for Packers.
The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Number 2 kicks it off to begin the game. Number 18 fields it all the way back at the 2. Knocked out of bounds.
After at this point, back to you, Dan.
Susie Freeman gets the call on first down and picks up a couple. Peter, unfortunately, we've had some players banged up so far.
Unfortunately so. As we can see here, we've got the injuries that have accrued over the season, and let me tell you, each one of these guys was hard to lose.
Freeman picks up one. Number 18 goes in motion. Freeman catches this one, and they get the first on third.
Freeman really delivers on this play. Let's take another look. First at the catch.
There it is, but he's not there.
And you have to fight for those yards in that situation, and that's exactly what he did.
Ryan throws a bullet here, and it's intercepted. Brought down at the 44.
Perry knew the snow might make the ball harder to throw than a frozen turkey, so he was ready and able to pick off the wayward.
The Packers are going to try and capitalize on the interception. They'll start this drive at the 44-yard line. Williams barrels up. Rodgers passes this one, and it's tipped.
Pass is
Incomplete.
Number 21 knocked out.
The dart right sideline, and they convert on third down.
Rodgers throws right past the coverage and into his receiver's hands. Nice throw.
Peter, they did what they needed to do, and they... Coach Mora doesn't agree with the call, and we're going to see the red flag.
Hey, we want a challenge.
Atlanta is challenging whether the passer threw the ball after crossing the line of scrimmage.
This is their first challenge of the game, and even if they lose this one, they still have one challenge left.
When we watch this, Dan, let's see if he was past the line when he threw the ball. Watch as he releases the ball. He looks behind the line to me, Dan, so I think they'll stay with the original call.
After review, the play stands. The passer was behind the line of scrimmage at the time of the throw. There is no penalty. Atlanta will be charged a timeout. First down.
That will cost them a timeout, and you have to believe that he is not very happy with that. Jones gets the sack way back at the 32. Rodgers gets some air under this pass, and this one is incomplete.
Number 23 laid his cut.
They couldn't Couldn't connect on
Pass is
this one.
incomplete.
Even if it had been hauled in, it would still be short.
That's right. In those situations, you're just trying to get yards. And if you're lucky, something will
Field goal
develop.
attempt is
It's
no good.
no good. It bounced off the upright and then out.
Number 2, doinks the upright here. Let's watch this again. Well, sure, Dan, it's a little embarrassing, but isn't that what instant replay is all?
At their 40-yard line. Wilkerson sacks him way back at the 34.
Wilkerson gets the sack deep in the pocket. That's going to be a sizable loss. Watch.
Goes in motion. Get free regardless of how evasive you are.
Not with that strength. With those guns, he could cause
Down,
each other
Falcons.
bowling balls, or wide receivers for that matter.
Jones brings down the lob left side, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Peter, he hooks up with his receiver. What a throw.
Oh, boy.
Peter, what a nice pickup to get them into a 2nd and short situation. Freeman carries it for a 3rd time. Ryan lobs this one deep to the end zone, and it's knocked away from the receiver, incomplete.
King was sitting back in the zone, waiting for the pass, and then closes enough to force the incompletion. Nice job.
The defense denies the opportunity.
Played it tight.
4th down, 5 yards to go. Ryan kicks from
The field goal
37
attempt
yards
is
out,
good.
and they take the lead. Montgomery fields the kickoff at the 2. Stop at the 27. Peter, interesting order to the division, isn't there?
Oh, you bet.
So far, they will start this time at their own 27-yard. Rodgers floats this one out to the right sidelines, and it's off, incomplete.
Pass interference, number 21, defense. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul, automatic first
Number
down.
21 gets a little too physical with his man here. As you can see, he gets the flag for it, too. Yeah, that's a good pass interference call. He was all over that receiver.
Williams gets the handoff and heads up.
Listen up.
Number 97. He catches the ball. Rodgers makes the long pass, and it falls
Pass is incomplete.
incomplete.
That would have been a tough catch.
Williams takes it. Rodgers throws it to the left sideline, and it's tipped.
Pass is incomplete.
Incomplete. It'll Gleason. That was a good call by the defensive coordinator.
Oh, it sure was. Perfect D for that situation.
And it will bring up 4th down. Squeezes it inside the right goalpost. Number 18 decides to take it out of the end zone. Offense will start at their own 23-yard line. Jones pulls it in right side and is well past the markers for a 1st down.
Jones plays man-to-man to man-to-man. With 3 defenders, still makes the catch.
Blitz. No. Gets the sack. Montgomery gets it at the 24. Breaks free. Rodgers lofts this one out to the left, and it's off.
Pass.
Rodgers unloads this one. Lewis makes the catch on the right. Rodgers hurls a ball way down the left sideline. Rodgers passes a high long one, and it's caught for a touchdown.
Rodgers makes a terrific completion in double coverage here. Wow, now that is one confident QB.
Coleman catches it back at the 6. Breaks a tackle. Brought down hard at the
34 yards on the play.
Coleman is going to take this well-kicked ball off to the races. He found a seam and some blocking and a few nice moves to boot. Nice return.
Makes a tough catch. Falcons take a timeout. Slides down at the 49. And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Packers are out in front 10-3. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN halftime report. Boomer?
All right, Dan, interesting game at the half. We'll get back to you guys in a bit. First, we welcome everybody to our ESPN halftime report. I'm Chris Berman. A look at our first half numbers now, and the stat that leaps out at you, third down conversion. The Packers should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. Let's get started on this one early in the first quarter. Perry is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. The Falcons, after a missed field goal, ball at their own 34. Ryan would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. That set up a 38-yard field goal. The Packers now early in the second quarter. Packers behind by 3. Rodgers would find his target on this one. They tie it up, 3-all. Falcons middle of the second. Ryan connected with his man on this one. Game tied, 3-all. Rodgers connected with his man on this one. A 19-yard touchdown for the Packers. And that's where we'll leave this one. Packers are holding on to a lead, 10-3.
Away. Montgomery decides to take it out of the end zone. Brought down at the 21.
Sharpen up their run block. They've been allowing the defense to penetrate the line of
Rodgers airs this one to the left sideline, and it's complete for a first down and a whole lot more.
Cobb reels in the pass despite nearly getting squeezed by 2 defenders.
There's the catch and the double coverage. They really didn't phase him there. Williams. Rodgers throws a bullet to the flat, and it's caught at the 49. Eventually tackled at the 41. It will be... Ball's loose. Number 90 tackles him behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 75 recovered the ball, but this is an all-out terrible play for the offense. They get it back there, but...
Rodgers throws this one right sideline, and he connects at the 19.
Rodgers throws into a crowd here and by some miracle gets a completion out of it. I don't know how that happened, Dan. Let's have another look.
There you go. Well,
and 1 touchdown.
First down, and this is the 7th play. Rodgers throws a bullet, and it's not.
And both pass and run are viable, but I wonder if we'll see the quarterback sneak here.
Williams has his number called on first down and gets the touchdown.
This is a nice short yardage run here, Dan. When push comes to shove, you want to be able to get them.
Hey, way to go out there. Good job. Nice play.
Number 18 fields the kickoff at the 1. Tackled at the 22. Well, Peter, some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet. Well, the turnover column has the grim news, in my opinion. If you want to win, you have to hold on to the ball.
Yard line. Freeman takes his 10th carry of the game and picks up the first down.
Boy, they get some good yardage out of this
First
one,
down,
Dan,
Falcons.
and they do it a number of good ways. Good line blocking, good downfield blocking, and a nip.
Single. 12 catches the left sideline and
Number 12 juggles this ball all over
First
the
down,
place
Falcons.
before finally pulling it down. I thought I was a kid at the circus watching this play.
start, but he's finally got a completion, and maybe now, Peter, he has time to make his mark on the game.
Where was he in the...
King makes a play on this.
Up the short pass.
Ryan rifles this one hard over the middle, and
Jones had 3 guys covering him, but look what happens. Incredible catch.
Peter, I'm sure he's happy to bring
That's the
that
end
one
of the
in.
third
The
quarter.
last 3 passes to him have all been incompletion.
He's
First down, tight end to the left. It's intercepted. One man to beat. No one in front of him. Tackled at the 47.
Coming out.
Oh, check out this replay, Dan. Watch the focus here.
He's got it, and I must say that was some clever maneuvering to get into a position. Stingy is appearing to be the motto for their defense. This one will fall incomplete. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you.
You all right? You gonna be all right?
Rogers dumps this one off, and the reception was made for a first and more. Finally dropped at the 26.
Lewis has a guy shadowing him, but still manages to make the catch. He beats his man cold. It's all about staking your turf.
That's another meat. Williams takes it for his 11th carry, and Rogers throws a moonshot to the middle of the field, and it's caught for the score. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to... Coleman fields it all the way back at the 1. Jukes stopped at the 28. 28-yard line. Jones passes it over the middle,
First
and
down.
he's... Ryan throws a bullet to the flat, and it's intercepted. Dragged down at the 46.
King shows why you think twice before throwing a pass in his neighborhood. Watch. Great run game. Tough play. I love it.
Williams gets the call. Williams has his number called on 152. Williams cruises out to the left side. Williams gets the call on second down. Williams gains 3 yards, and the clock will continue to run. Williams carries it yet again and heads out right, and he's in for the touchdown.
Williams changed a lot on this play, but it wasn't all him. Watch. Yep, he owes everything to those blockers, baby. They cleared the path.
This will fly out of the end zone for a touchback. What a kick.
All right, man. Cool. Okay, let's do this.
105. Gets the sack, and the clock will continue to run. Second down from the I.
Lucy.
Jones hauls in the pass and gets the first. He's out of bounds, and that will stop the clock at 48.
Jones played it smart there, stopping the...
First down, the clock is stopped at 48. Ryan throws a high, long
Pass is
one to the right,
incomplete.
and they can't connect. Incomplete. Well, makes the catch in the flat, and the clock continues to wind down. Ryan throws a lob right sideline, and this one is incomplete. This one falls incomplete, and they will turn the ball over on downs.
Martinez gets a hand on this one. Right there. That's how you up in the L column, Dan. It's all over.
The Packers have the ball to start this final drive of the game in great field position with the clock at 25. Williams picked up about 7, and that brings up second down.
Second and 3. Ball at the 37.
And that is going to do it for this one. The Packers come out on top 31-3. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
Doing this, we're gonna get you next time. We're gonna get you next time. It's all right.
All right, Dan, great work as always. And with that, we welcome everybody back to the ESPN studios for our ESPN Video Games postgame show. I'm Chris Berman. The Packers stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. We'll start this one off late in the third quarter. Williams found a little opening. That was all he needed. Touchdown for the Packers. The Packers move ahead by 14. The Falcons with possession at the 37-yard line. Jones was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. The Packers, after getting an interception, Packers up by 14. Rodgers would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. They've opened it up now, and now lead by 21. The Falcons on defense. King shows some great awareness here as he gets himself into position to pick this one off. Falcons losing 24-3. Williams get up ahead of steam, and then it was clear sailing from there. A 14-yard touchdown for the Packers. The Packers have opened it up and now lead by 28. Ryan would find his target on this one, and that's where we'll leave this one. Packers serve up a blowout, 31-3. Now let's catch up with the player who really ignited his team's offense with his deft passing and has earned our Player of the Game award. Rodgers is on the field with our Susie Calder. Suze?
Thank you, Chris. You played brilliantly and led your team to a big win. What do you think was the critical factor in getting the W?
You know what? Somebody was really looking out for us today, above and beyond. We were just blessed to come up with the win. I'm just very thankful and happy that we came out on top, and now we have to look forward to the next game.
Back to you, Chris.
Thanks for tuning into ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports for 25 years and counting. I'm Chris Berman. We'll see you next time.
This is SportsCenter.
Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Bills come away with a decisive 10-point win. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Eagles pick up their 6th win of the year. The Lions lost this one, but will stay at number 2 in the NFC North. Number 15 had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Collins won't see action for a while, so this offense is going to have to make do without him. Unfortunately, it's a torn ACL, and that'll keep him out for the rest of the season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Graham will be on the sidelines for a while, so this defense will need to do some reshuffling in his absence. Unfortunately, the doctors have confirmed a cracked vertebra in his neck, keeping him out for the rest of the regular season. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. This guy is going to be watching from the sidelines for a while, as his injury will deal a major blow to this team. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Phillip Rivers threw for 250-plus yards and helped his Chargers beat the Bengals. Falcons, Packers, and helped. Jones would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. The Packers win this one by the final score of 31-3. By the warm waters of Tampa Bay, we had the Buccaneers get nipped by 3 points. Down in Reliant Stadium, we had the Texans narrowly coming out on top by 5. The 49ers defense held their opponents to under 100 rushing yards in their win at 3Com Park. The Giants won on the road and will now head home to meet the Titans. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Patriots win their 9th game of the year. Jaguars, Titans. Number 19 is probably thinking end zone even though it's at the 24-yard line. They need just a little bit for the first down. There he goes down the sideline. One-handed grab for 6. The Titans go on to win this by the final score of 13-7. The Rams won this contest but will stay at the second place in the NFC West. Brown stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. James had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Steelers beat the Raiders. And last but not least, we had the Chiefs come away victorious.
All right, Boomer, thanks. Time to check out our playoff races now as December is officially upon us. Let's start it out with a look at the AFC. Meanwhile, let's take a look at how things stand over in the NFC. So that's how we stand to this point. Still lots of jockeying left to go as we get this thing sorted out for January. So that'll do it from here. Boomer, we send it back over to you.
That'll do it here for Pivotal Week 14. Things ought to get very interesting over the next 3 weeks, huh? Before we go, my prime-time players' game balls go out to a few gentlemen that are pushing their teams toward the playoffs. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.